How's everyone doing? Here by myself, waiting for people to join. So, see that we got some people joining. Anybody want to say hello in the peanut gallery? Peoples? Don't be shy. What's up, Roberto? How's it going? Yes. What do you have any wave jazz classics? Oh, we got Mike here. Notes and tones. There you go. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Start things off. I did a video yesterday with Jazz Bomb Mike that I got this in the mail.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna guess that it was pressed in Japan because the vinyl was dead silent. So sounds amazing. I'm sold. If I come across any more of these, pick one up.
Yeah, my copy is still in Wisconsin because
Is that a bigger story? What is? What,
no,
did you order one and someone from Wisconsin sending it to you?
Yeah. What on Friday I ordered it, and then it's an OG, and so he shipped it out like I don't know Saturday or something like that. But it still says it's in Wisconsin.
So the funny thing about Jazz Bomb Mike is he's very very orderly and on top of things.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he was not in the stream on Friday, he was busy with personal things. He went back and watched the video, and then he saw that after that video, 8 copies of this were sold.
That's funny.
So, yeah, he went back and he found 8 copies. So there is a power. The joining of the Jazz Bum stream.
Yeah.
When someone makes the mistake of recommending an album that people don't know about. So the power was we sold 8 copies. So
that's funny. I found an article about him. This guy Mark Myers that writes like jazz wax for the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
And I guess a few years ago he did a feature about Don Sleet, and then Don Sleet's brother had sent him a letter saying, "Oh, that was really nice what you did." And then he asked Don Sleet's brother if you want to write something, talking about your brother and how you guys got into music and stuff like that. So he did that, and I read that. I guess maybe this weekend or something like that.
I did a little reading. Yeah, Nicole got one. That's funny. It's a fantastic album. This is why I like the hobby and I like meeting people and talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that album was like a breath of fresh air surprise.
No, because it's OJC put it out only in CD. It was one of their limited edition CDs, and that's what I had. And and periodically I would look, and then the prices would be too high, and then I found one that wasn't high at all. So I was like, okay, it's time to buy this.
I did. Someone had told me that I had misidentified when I said, "Oh, one's probably a Scorpio." The person said it was an OJC. I think there was a period of time where albums were being made and they decided not to make them OJCs. They just put them out as general pressings.
Yeah.
So that'd be something to look into, but I think I'll let Mike handle that.
Yeah. Cause I don't recall it being, I mean, I just put it in one of those limited edition OJCs that they did not do in vinyl, like the Sonny Chris large, it's a large band that didn't make it an OJC vinyl.
There's lots of things to talk about today. I just saw that Joe Harley posted a nice interview with Stanley Tolliver.
Charles, yeah. I haven't listened to it yet.
I watched most of it. Great. But it was funny. He was talking. He mainly, I think the video was about the Andrew Hill album, The Tone Poet came out, Dance with Death. but he was talking about the Tone Poet from last year with Jackie McLean, that it was his first ever album.
Right. Yeah.
He was on. And he goes, well, I want to show you the pictures. He goes, I've never seen those. Can I get a copy of that? And he goes, you should get a copy of that. So
that's funny.
but
not surprising.
So I recommend. I'll get the link to that and I'll post it. But go watch that interview because these are people that you don't really hear much from, and it'd be nice to hear from. The second thing, and if you follow, I recommend following the Record Store Record Safari here in LA.
Yeah,
because it's like a new record store every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they somehow gotten in a collection of Mosaic boxes, like a lot. And I was posting pictures, but a lot of times when he posts stuff, there's no price on it.
Right.
So you're there to guess. I went in today, and I'm going to show you my haul, which is a good haul I picked up there. But I saw he had a majority of them.
Wow.
I think he only really sold one. So in the picture that I sent to the guys, because we're on a thread, there was I think he sold this one. I do not know how much he sold it for, Chet Baker.
Yeah, I used to have that
on CD or vinyl.
On vinyl, and I sold it to a wave, man. Oh gosh, it was years ago. I sold it to this doctor because I remember.
Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
So I think this features the same cover shot for Tomcat.
So here's the funny thing about this one. So I was talking to the Record Safari guy, and he says, "Yeah." I said, "I don't see it." He goes, "Well, we sold it." He goes, "See that guy over there?" And the guy was in the store. He must come in a lot. And he goes, he was fretting over buying it. It seems like this. I didn't ask him the price of this, but it was probably around $600 or $500. And he goes, "No, my wife would yell at me and get mad." And he kept looking at it and picking and put it back on the. They have a nice wall there where you can take the things off easily and look through them. And to the credit of the Record Safari, he goes, "I would never price." He's so about you owning the music. He does not overprice his stuff. So he says they weren't selling. They're not selling. In fact, I'll show you pictures because the majority, Miles at the Plug Nickel is still sitting on the shelf for $600. So that's sort of at the medium of what it's sold for on Discogs. So he's the guy's there, and he goes, "Here's what happened." I left. Then I just put it up on our Discogs. If you go to the Record Safari, has a Discogs. And he goes, the guy comes in 2 minutes. He came in to buy it. 2 minutes before it sold on Discogs.
Oh man, yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna ask, Rob. I usually follow their Instagram. I see everything they're posting.
Yeah.
So they sell on Discogs, right? Or
their Discogs, I would say, is sort of a way to probably put themselves out there, but they're not putting great stuff up on Discogs. Trust me. So I'll show you. I took a picture of prices that I saw here.
Excuse me.
It didn't disappear. Oh no.
Yeah. And I never.
Oh no. Okay, it's in our thread. So I took the pictures directly to our thread. So I'm gonna without giving away our thread and.
Yeah.
Like Felipe telling me about everyone he hates who's in the
you don't want to hear this, okay?
Yeah. Oh man, he hates some of you so bad.
I put that that article about written by Don Sleep's brother in the chat.
Some of these are fuzzy. So there's the Jackie McLean box.
Yeah, that's a great box.
The complete Blue Note from 64 to 66.
Yeah.
And here's another thing I told him, and people, you could tell me if I'm wrong, like Glassman. I think the reason a lot of these aren't selling well is a lot of those albums are available now.
Exactly.
So this was 6 LP 1993. This was for $450.
That's good. That's really good. But that set, what I like about, besides the music, the liner notes are really good.
Yeah.
This guy David Rosenthal, who wrote a book on hard bop, and he's been dead for shortly after that Jackie McLean set was issued, he passed away.
Here's a 9 LP of Miles and John Coltrane on Columbia. This
Is
was
a CD box. Would be like would be like the same as the CD box, Miles and Coltrane sessions. There's a CD
Well,
box, 6 CDs.
yeah, but this 9 LPs.
Yeah.
So this was $400.
Mm.
And I will say this: I don't know if these will be around, but on Record Store Day, he'll have 20% off or something, 20 or 30% off, which they normally do.
Mm.
So if they're still there, I need new tires on my car. So my joke, and he laughed, but it's true, is that here I'll show you the miles at the. This is the one. I think out of all of them, you can tell me, Mike, in your knowledge, the plug nickel's the one to own, right? You can't get this.
Yeah, I mean, I had it I think Mosaic was the only ones that put it out on vinyl.
Yeah, there's a CD box.
Yeah,
This was $600.
yeah.
So what was
So I said I need to put new tires on my car. It's either a miles box or new
Mhm.
tires.
Yeah. So the Plug Nickel was an actual release, right?
Yeah, it was in a CD. It was like I think it was a black like CD with I think like Miles on the cover. I used to have it, but in a move, some certain CDs, certain box sets disappeared. So,
If Mazzy, you want to come up and try and not let us
So,
talk?
just 2 questions about Mosaic box because I don't have any. Do they come with books?
yeah, that's the best part about them. The liner notes.
Yeah.
The liner notes are great. Where's the one? What do I have here?
No, Robert, if you can go to the disc, he is putting. Oh, so he did tell me he's got a ton more boxes, but they're not. No one's buying them. Here was the cheapest one. This Mingus, I think on Columbia, it's a 4 LP.
See,
This was $150 for that.
I have that in the vinyl box of that, and
$150 he was selling that for,
and it's really good. Like I said, nice liner notes. But I'm just besides, I wonder is that besides getting a MoFi, is that the only like analog copy out there?
Now, what is your general opinion? Because I have that Sam Rivers CD box that someone has asked me about buying. But what is your general opinion of the quality of the vinyl on in those boxes?
I think it's very good. I've never had an issue with them. I don't. It may not be like tone. It's not tone poet quality, of course, but I've never had an issue with them. I've never had the vinyl sets that I bought. There were no defects, and I would say, I had a couple that might have some noise, but then I wasn't cleaning records, and now that I've started cleaning, they're fine, no issue. But it's it's not tone poet quality in terms of the vinyl and stuff. But I've never gotten rid of any of my Mosaic boxes.
So Mike, there we go. It will be a better deal to buy Mosaic CD boxes.
Like that Jackie McLean. Actually, I wish I have it on CD. I wish I had gotten it on vinyl. Just because I'm so fond of that set. I wish I had it on, and I have the Blakey also, the Art Blakey. That's a set that I played a lot.
That's like he had that for $450 or something.
Yeah, but then now all that stuff is out individually.
You can get all that.
Yeah,
that's what I told him. I think so. Yeah. He might come down on his prices. I mean, I'll keep going in because if you saw what I picked up today, you would go.
Yeah. But before they released all that Blakey on individually, I was playing the death out of that Mosaic box set. It's one of my favorites.
Mazzy says he has the 27 Nat King Cole box, which would kill a normal man.
Yeah, and that's I'll say I have the Tina Brooks on vinyl. That was the first Mosaic box set I bought, and when I bought it. I was in New Orleans, and my turntable was here in New York, and I was like, all right, I gotta have this, and I just ordered it, and I just kept it in my apartment until I came back to New York in the summer because I wanted it. I wanted it so bad because the whole story about Tina Brooks was like, okay, his stuff wasn't even in. You could get some Japanese CDs, but it wasn't even in print then. On
One of the
Mosaic.
most expensive records you can get is the original. Is it
Yeah.
True Blue?
Yeah.
Like if you find a True Blue, you're loaded.
Really was a lot of money.
Yeah.
So in that box is all his Blue Note recordings.
Yeah. I think it's the complete Blue Note. So there's going to be some stuff like he appeared on the pianist Freddie Red.
So it's also with him as a sideman too.
Yeah. When they say complete, they mean
everything.
Yeah,
wow.
he lost the label.
How many albums are in that set?
Oh gosh, I want to say it's 4, but let me grab it 1 second.
Okay.
I think it has like 4 full releases, but there's a Jimmy Smith as well. It plays House Party.
So wait, but aren't there how many Tina Brooks has Blue Note put out already, like in Tone Poets and stuff?
So suppose we have 2, Waiting Game, and
Minor Move. I have that. I have both.
You have True Blue, that came on Music Matters, and you have Back to the Tracks, also Music Matters.
So there are 2 other music too. So they might come out as classics.
As classical, yes, and Sidemen, the Jimmy Smith records, and those ones that Mikey mentioned as well. So I don't think there's like too many sessions. He died young.
Yeah.
I don't think he recorded much.
I have some other stuff where he's a sideman.
Yeah, it's 4 LPs.
So what are the LPs?
Well, it's everything that he recorded on Blue Note. Then
because he did. I mean, obviously there's some albums that were never released, right?
Right, that's all on there. Then there's stuff with
Minor Move. Is Minor Move on there? Or was that? Only...
Yeah. Then there's stuff with the Jimmy Smith stuff. Kenny Burrell.
Oh yeah.
Freddie Red. Let me see. Jimmy Smith and Sonny Thompson. So his own stuff and stuff with those guys.
Are those so much stuff on there? Are those vinyls compressed? Is there a lot on each side?
No, it's because he may have been on like a couple of tracks on something, so that's on there. It's not like complete albums.
Yeah.
No, it's like maybe 3-4 songs aside.
Nice. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not. The splurge is too much for the price on those.
Yeah.
The one I would want is the plug nickel.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm gonna have a Mosaic box,
I
would like to have that.
No, that's the label.
Yeah, and that's another thing. There's no other than the cover of the box.
Right.
It's the same label.
Yep.
How are the covers of each individual record, Mike?
Huh?
The covers on each individual record. How are
No, they just come in like regular
sleeves.
I've replaced it with actually maybe original, but I just have them in individuals. You don't get album covers.
How much was that box when it came out?
Oh gosh, that was like
I know, not early 90s.
Yeah, yeah.
So what was it, like $30?
No, I think it was more than that. But they had. That's when they put out. They used to put out the the little catalog, and then you call up in Connecticut and place your order. Mm-hmm. That was like pre-internet.
That's pretty cool.
And their catalogs used to be really good too.
Yeah, and now they're only putting out CD boxes, but very occasionally, right?
Right.
There are 2 boxes in stock right now, right?
What is?
There's a handful of boxes in stock now.
Yeah, it's Louis Armstrong. I think Joe Henderson may still be.
Joe Henderson.
And then
$80 or so.
And then is it Freddie Hubbard? No, Hank Mobley. I don't know if that's still in stock though.
Let me check.
But
if you want to share the screen, Felipe.
Because I think I have the Hank Mobley. That's
I
what
can
I.
put the link there. Let me see.
Yeah. I'm pulling it up right now.
Browse on the phone here. Hang on.
Oh, I'm pulling it up. Let me see if I can share it.
Yeah.
So
Limited edition sets have Freddie Hubbard, Tristano, Henderson, Armstrong, Saver collection. Yeah, and the JATP sessions.
okay,
Yeah.
here they are. So limited sets or where they sell them.
And the prices are pretty decent. Yes.
Freddie Hubbard, 119, 7 CDs. Wow.
I think the prices are very, very.
It's out of stock.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it'll probably come back. It'll probably come. Usually, like it's funny. I think initially they only put out like a certain number of CDs to gauge, like, make sure people are interested.
Yeah.
And then if they are, then they just go ahead and complete the license that they're
you would have to think in the next 2 years this is coming out, but the rest in this one.
Right.
Yeah. Probably the classic series. Yeah, they should.
Yeah. Let's see. Joe Henderson. I mean, Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Subway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think that's something with them that collection of stuff they've worked out on their own with the original owners.
Now, here's a question. Do you think with the resurgence of vinyl, or they just don't have the rights to do vinyl on all this stuff?
Yeah, I just don't think I just they're not getting the rights. Like, they used to do all the Blue Note, they used to do a lot of Blue Note stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, we're doing it in house. So
they don't even have the rights for the pictures anymore, right? The photos.
Right. I think he might have sold that, Michael Casuna, because I think he had I think he had purchased it from I don't know who, but then I think he sold that to Blue Note.
Yeah, I think like a year or two ago they were still available. You could buy directly from Mosaic.
Yeah, I used to have when I lived in New Orleans, I bought two posters.
Thank you, Roberto.
From directly from Mosaic. One was the Sonny Rollins, and one was Art Blakey, and I had them framed. I don't know what years.
I think they had a huge Sonny Rollins picture, even autographed you could buy.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, and they would sell not only posters but prints of the photographs. So
yeah.
But now they're just bare bones.
Yeah.
But the good thing is sometimes, if you live in this area, like once a year, maybe twice a year, they'll have a sale, and like you can go up there and you can get some stuff that they have on hand. And sometimes, like they did a Woody Shaw Columbia set. It was a CD set. But I got that like secondhand, but I didn't have a booklet or anything. I just got the CDs I bought from someone. And you can go up there and get the booklet if they have it or whatever. So
hey, Lastman, do you still have all of them? Let us know. And Loki, thank you. Another dono. So, what's your question? Lifetime subscription to what?
Wave Jazz collection, something like this.
Listen, ask a good question. I'll return your money. Thank you. I don't know. What's your question about? I found one. Jazz Bum Mike started all this nonsense about the Wave Classics, and I only think there's like 20-something titles.
He's taking a deep dive into the Wave Jazz Classics.
Yeah. Somebody asked if it's old news about the Ornette box. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's still up, but I have not gotten a shipping notification for it. So maybe they're going. I would think, I don't know if this has happened. Maybe Blue Note goes to Chad and say, "Hey, look, we have a surplus of these boxes. Do you want them at this price?" And then he turns and sells them for $100. That seems to be. I always thought when they showed a big pallet of them, they
Mhm.
made too many of them.
Yeah, I think they're like, we already have enough paperweights. We got to move those.
How many people ordered that Ornette box? Because I have.
I don't know.
Um, I already had it. I'm sure a lot of $99.
We're not locking up Loki or Mark Glassman. Glassman sold. You sold all of them for good money years ago. Wow.
Exactly. So yeah, he's just confirmed what we're just talking about, right? Most of
Yeah.
those are available. People are buying them.
Did you pay for your learning how to upload video classes with the money? I'm sure. What? Okay. Look. I'm gonna have to scroll backwards. So this is your question. Does anyone have the Red Garland at Prelude?
No, look, I don't.
No, I don't. I have lots of Red Garland, but I do not have Red Garland at Prelude.
So
Was that worth like almost £3 or whatever you're to hear me say I don't have it? Hey, anyone want to pay me to tell you what I don't have? Let me know.
It's the best question ever.
So most important, anybody got the Alice Coltrane already?
Yeah.
The Alice Coltrane?
Yeah.
I'm not ordering it unless it drops down in price. Because Jason Ross is the one who said that new one sounds better than the Vinyl Me Please. And I thought, and he said the OG sounds better. I had an OG in the Vinyl Me Please. The Vinyl Me Please sounded better than my OG.
Mm-hmm.
Which a lot of people, I think, say that a lot of those Impulse OGs are not the best sounding albums.
Yeah, mine came yesterday. I actually cleaned it this afternoon. I haven't played it yet, so
I haven't. That's cool.
But
on Friday, I also have 2 tone posts dropping, right? On Friday, they are coming.
when Friday?
Yeah, this the 7th. Yes.
Yeah, but it's the
Plays and Sings.
Oh, okay.
I might get that if it drops in price, and then it's the Gil Evans, right?
Yes.
But I have the twofer which has both.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And I also actually have an OG that I'll probably sell in an auction because there were several. That thing was so pressed in different versions, either Cannonball Adderley with Gil Evans featuring Cannonball Adderley. So I have an OG of that.
Yeah. So the question is it Chet Baker sings and plays going to quench some of the thirst for Chet Baker?
No. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. They had an office, but you couldn't. They didn't have a storefront at all, Nicole. No.
No, actually, let me see. Let me actually look on my. I know on one of my. Let me see. I thought it said. Let me just make sure. I can't see now. I have my contacts on.
There's an address for a storefront, or no, or just mailing address.
Yeah, no, it's just a mailing address. I just wanted to see if there was anything a California address on one of these.
I'm making an announcement right here now. Okay, I'm starting a lifetime subscription if you pay me, and I'll parcel out albums I do not own. So it'd be $3 a month just to hear me say, "Nope, I don't own it." Okay.
That's fair enough.
Let me know if you're interested.
Yeah.
No storefront. Thank you, Nicole. So I'm going to show my haul today from Record Safari.
Cool.
Dollar bin, man. Do not sleep. I don't know why they sometimes throw records in the dollar bin that are not trashed. So that this was in the dollar bin, not trashed.
Wow.
I would call this a VG Plus copy of this. It has a barcode. So this is 1988 US. So I did not have it, so I got it. I don't know if anyone has. I've only seen these ABC Impulse as promos. I've never seen a real copy. So I have a McCoy Tyner of this.
Right.
And pull it out. and these Revelation comps. But I like these
Oh, nice.
white label promos.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is I'm always here's what's on here.
That's cool.
So yeah, they really didn't do much with these insides, just liner notes.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen. Does anyone own any of these Jazz Legacy?
I think I saw one record once, Rob, but I never bought it.
This was put out by Inner City.
No, I don't.
So this is Bobby Jasper in the early 50s. So there's Inner City. And this was like $3.
Mhm.
I'll say this one was the best one of the day. There's this Monk Twofer.
Yeah.
And this is not particular albums. This is a true comp of a bunch of different stuff. So whenever I find Steely Dan in really nice shape,
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
To me, that's the best sounding Steely Dan.
It is. Whenever I find this, I pick it up because if it has
That's paper.
yeah, so I pick that up. Okay, this I think Mike, you might have talked about this, but I know you talked about the label.
Oh yeah. I have that.
Yeah.
It's he came up just he was like one of the back in the day, one of the young lions, and he had I have his first CD. I want to say it was on maybe it was GRP Impulse. I'm not even sure. And then he left the scene, I guess he went back to school or whatever. I think he has a PhD now. And then I saw that album and I said, oh man, I was wondering where he was, and I picked it up. I have that. Yeah.
Is it good?
It's good. The sound quality it's not as great. It's not that great, but he plays really well. He does a variety of projects now too.
This was a $3. I don't know. This is with Johnny Winter.
Cool.
And this was in the dollar bin in perfect condition. This McCoy Tyner record.
Oh, yeah.
Fly With Me. It's him, Herbert Laws, Billy Colburn, and Ron Carter. This was 1976.
That's pretty cool.
For $1. And then, okay, here are the two pickups. This is this deluxe soundtrack to Whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to tell you how much they had this for, and I went and looked. There's one for sale on Discogs for 200 and something. It was nowhere near that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know even the regular soundtrack is worth money. Like you can't get it.
Oh.
But this was only put out in Europe, I think. So it's a double LP set from the movie.
That's pretty nice.
Okay, and this was the pickup of the day there.
Yeah.
It's an OJC.
All right. Okay. That's still a good pick. Yeah.
No, I'm anxious to listen to clean it to it. So
I still got today original OJCs of those Chet Bakers, the Kraft put out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they just got it. They're still pricing. I have no idea what they're gonna go for.
So wait, original 80s OJCs.
Yes, the first batch, yes.
Well, but the same ones you can get now that Kraft put out, right? The same title.
Exact same one, yes.
But you are interested in getting those OJCs?
No, I have the Kraft ones. I'm happy with them. I'll get them for record store day. But I got one record today for a very decent price as well.
Let me. Well, don't like that.
It's right here. That's a pretty decent. I think Mike. I'm not sure if you have it, Rob, but Mike might have it. This guy here. It's a Sonny Chris. Sonny Chris.
Oh yeah. Actually, I don't have the vinyl. I still have it on CD because they did they did like a 2 CD, 2-for on CD.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this. I'm adding Mazzy, but I'm trying to figure out how to make you big.
So yeah, when I saw it, I grabbed it. Sonny Chris Out of Control.
So who's on there with him?
Sonny Chris, Dolo Coker, Larry Gales, Jimmy Smith drums. Was recorded in '75 in California. It's a very nice session. I mean, they go. By the way, it's a promo.
Mm.
It's a promo
Don't
called
sleep on those Muse.
Yeah.
$4.99.
One second.
Now, is everything in one box? Okay. 27 in one box.
I gotta check my contact.
Well, two cases. I got this from Coleman. This was Coleman's, so I kept it.
Now, is that just him? No singing, right? Just playing
Oh,
music.
the singing. Oh, yeah. This is the Capitol Trio. This is this is every take he did for Capitol with the trio. I've had the CD, the 18 CD since I bought it when it came out, the CD set, because I was on a 15-year vinyl hiatus. I got the only ones I got on CD was this. I got the Django Reinhardt. They did one on Django Reinhardt, a CD, and I got they did Tony Williams 90s stuff. The reason I bought that was because that's the one Michelle did the record covers for, the late 80s, 90s CDs. But they're just basically all the records like this, thin pressings but nice pressings. Obviously, I've played maybe half of this on vinyl because I know the record. But when I had my office in San Francisco, I used to put these CDs on all day on the 5-disc changer and just play all the trio stuff all day. I love Nat Cole and I love this.
Now, Mazzy, the question is, how would you compare the sound to, let's just say, a modern?
Oh, it sounds amazing. This sounds amazing. I mean,
it is.
I mean, these are recorded at the Capitol Tower. I mean, this is
no. I'm talking about the pressing of the vinyl.
Well, the pressings are great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like every record I used to buy,
Right,
the
exactly.
70s and the 80s and stuff. I mean, they're not a one step or super vinyl, but half the time that's not great anyway. So it's it's just great stuff. It's
How does it sound next to Chad's Nat Cole's?
I haven't compared them back to back. I mean, the Chad, that 2-record set, the 3-record set, I guess it is, the Midnight, whatever it's called, that's pretty amazing. So if you most people don't need this much Nat Cole, but I love Nat Cole. But I would say that Analog Productions, wasn't it 3 LPs, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Right? That Analog Production, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, they have a
Or the Nat King Cole Story, which Hoffman and Gray did for them, is pretty amazing too. But I think that one, what is it called? Midnight something? Anyone know what it's called?
Is it Cole After Midnight or something?
Yeah,
like
yeah. That is so good. And it's like 3 LPs, 40. It's really good.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I have the Mosaic, I have the Mosaic CD box set. And then I have the one that Resonance did a few years ago. LPs.
Is that all music, or is he singing in that too?
See, I love his vocals.
Yeah, but those are like transcriptions from the Resonance ones are like radio transcriptions, I think.
And those are some of them are big band, and I have that. I like that too. This is my period of Nat that I love.
Yeah, between those 2 box sets, I don't really need.
I mean,
anymore.
You got him on a piano, you got the guitar, and you got the double bass, and it's just, oh my God.
I have the Nat Cole Story, but I have like a late 70s pressing of it that I found in an estate sale mint.
But you have, like, for instance, you might have 8 versions of Get Your Kicks on Route 66. You got every take.
Yeah.
And see, I like that. That's what I like about when the Dylan, the big Dylan box that came out of the 65, 66, 3 albums, the Cutting Edge, where I got the big box on CD with every take, like 15 versions of Like a Rolling Stone, every version he does, maybe more. And the working through it to what it became. I love that stuff. It's not for most people. This is too much for most people, but I play it off. I play it off, and Yeah, I mean, Coleman. I remember when Coleman got this because he bought it second. He paid $600 for it secondhand.
Wow.
About 5 years ago. I remember when he got it, and I always lusted after it. Unfortunately, I got it in a bittersweet way, right?
Yeah.
But it was one I knew I was gonna, I was gonna ask his sister if I could buy it from her, and then when the collection ended up us getting it, then that was definitely one I wanted to hold on to.
And then what's another? Another Mosaic box that I have, and this is something. This is like really esoteric. Is that the Charlie Parker Dean Benedetti recordings?
Yeah.
I have that. That's not that's like bits of solos and stuff like that. But I got that as a Christmas present one year.
Yeah.
But
We do, I think our friend Brooks, he has almost every Mosaic, but all CDs.
yeah.
I think he has almost every single one.
Mhm.
Didn't they have a subscription thing, sort of, or they got first?
They might have, I mean that.
Maybe it wasn't a subscription, but they always would, hit you up. Obviously.
Yeah, because I was just, I don't know. Well, I know how. I was reading a book, and then the guy was talking about Tina Brooks, and then he mentioned the Mosaic box set, and that's how I found out about them.
Yeah, and this was a time when I guess after this is when Michael Cascuna's wife bought the archive from the Francis Wolff. When Francis Wolff died from his wife, he bought and just recently, or the last few years, he sold it to Blue Note. All those images.
Yeah.
Mazzy, did you see Joe just posted an interview with Charles Dolliver?
I saw. I didn't watch it yet, but I saw it came
good.
up.
It's good. Yeah, I did, but again, like I said, I texted Mazzy. He says he's not selling those Mosaic box. It's funny to me.
I think right now people. I mean, and there's a lot of people don't. Does he have them like on Discogs or somewhere?
He sold one on Discogs, but even that sat there for a while. Again,
I told you I would pay. I mean, I would like the plug nickel, but the most I would pay would be $250.
Yeah, but
it wouldn't sell for that. I know that.
You can't find that on.
No, I know.
Do I have? You mean? No, I don't have that.
Yeah, I blew it that I passed on the plug nickel CD box. No, Brooks has it. I have the was it 1 or 2 CD sampler?
Yeah.
That's all I got.
The thing I noticed is the same with the Lee Morgan Blue Note box. They're playing the same songs over and over. I mean,
yeah. Well, it's basically every take. It's
yeah.
They released from Colombia, right? Legacy.
Oh, okay. He's more welcome to. If someone knows more about those, please, because I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm sold on. This is probably the best album I bought this year. So
what is that?
It's this guy.
I don't know.
Don Sleet. This is his only album as a leader. Brendan on the Jazz Bum Stream Friday had mentioned this record, and the power of the Jazz Bum Stream, because Mike went and did his homework. His 8 copies were sold during the course of the stream.
Yeah.
So this is there's a record store in Japan called Wave, and they, I guess, in agreement with they did their versions of OGCs. They put out 20 of these.
When did those come out?
These came out in the early 90s.
Okay.
This I think in the early 90s.
You should have done a series with Hank Snow and Claude Rains. It could be the post office through snow, sleet, and rain. And no.
Oh man,
I'm sorry. I've been having. I have a
bout
of bronchitis this last week, so I'm a little spacey.
What else? I spent yeah, man, I wanted that box. I ordered it. I was stupid, but I had ordered it from Amazon, and then they came back and said they're all gone.
I bought the CD set on that one.
Yeah, I bought the box set. I'm happy. Actually, I've listened to it probably almost twice, all the way through.
Well, I have a mint copy of the 2 LP version. So.
Yeah, I'm happy the LPs. I had them way before the box. But that box was on pre-sale from Target since like January, and the thing came out in July.
Yeah, so you could have got it when they had those buy two get one free.
Well, I think it's great that things last a long time. I'm happy that they don't sell out right away. Or everyone who wants has a chance.
I think that box was delayed a little bit, wasn't it, Felipe?
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
was.
Yeah, I think that's what was the thing with it. And
They had
you know
a
what?
run.
It was the first that they did. You know, luckily now I got that Ornette box for $100. Hopefully, they haven't mailed it yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, but so they had a run out. Remember, after a few weeks or a couple
Oh,
months.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but you could only get that on Blue Note's site, right?
Yeah,
And they were charging the full amount, right?
yeah.
I got it through the Universal. I got my 30%.
Yeah, that's what I ordered. That directly from them.
Mhm.
I was sort of worried, but it was packed really well. I didn't have no damage or anything, so that was good.
That's pretty good.
Other than I don't know, they haven't announced any other box stuff. The only thing they've announced special is that Jones record, right?
That Jones, but no word.
Yes, John Marino. I bought the Lighthouse on CD. I just know from me listening to that much, and some artists I need all on vinyl. For that, I bought the CD version. There's a CD box.
It's all on Apple Music, so that's how I listen to
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
And I honestly think on CD kind of works because it's easier to put many CDs playing.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, I
Hey,
spent
so-
last Saturday. I got I listened 7 hours straight. I haven't done that for a box set before. I listened to this 10 LP Watt stack, the entire. Oh my God, it was so fucking great. Listen, I mean, the whole beginning, you got, it's like when I was a kid, first Woodstock, and you have all the in between chants and talks, and instead of them talking about like with Woodstock, the brown acid and watch all that kind of shit, they're talking about the crowd. You got to keep in the stands and leave a space for the artist. It was a whole different, but it was so great. Jesse Jackson does his thing, but Isaac Hayes, man, he is such a he is so cool. That was at the a year after Shaft when he won Grammys and Oscars. And he comes, I kind of looked at some video. I hadn't seen the movie in, I guess, since it came out, maybe. But there's all these extra songs because it has everything, and it's so good. But the Barcays, man.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Great group.
I just never really had much of their stuff.
Now, what comes in that box, Mazzy?
What's the entire show? It's like 7 hours. It's the entire show.
But there's no DVD of the movie.
No, I mean you can. That's a separate thing. And this is, I'm gonna do a thing on it because Kraft reached out to me and sent it to me, so I didn't buy it. So it's kind of, I was surprised they did that, but it is. It was real. It was a perfect moment. I had all these like flashbacks of in my humanities class, I got to record the video, and I just been too beat down to do it. But in 1971, my sophomore year or my junior year, our humanities class, we went on Fillmore Street to the Clay Theater, and we went to see Shaft as a class project. When it came out, and our photography teacher was there because of Gordon Parch directing it, and the social thing, and it was so great to go see that then at that time. That was before gentrification, went on there and stuff. And it was so cool. God.
So the one I would like to talk about is I saw a Ken McCullough video with all the same records you got, Mazzy. And although, I think he's fine, but I do have issues with Ken. I thought that video was a good explanation of all those Zev involved titles, and he was pretty straightforward. He said the Shirley Scott is not good.
Yeah,
that was
we agreed on that. Yeah,
he said that Bill Evans is like the best Bill Evans, the ones that have been coming out for record stores.
I don't have every single one, but I don't have the one that people didn't like. There was
one.
I
don't know that one either.
Yeah, I have that, the Ronnie Scott.
Yeah, and I don't have the Black Forest one.
The Black Forest one is really good.
Yeah, some other label just
I have that.
Yeah.
I will tell you this: the best one so far for me is the Beyond the Dikes.
Yeah, that's really good.
Beyond the Dikes.
Yeah, that came out.
I'm not going to say anything. No, I didn't. Is that in Amsterdam?
It's sort of the same. Probably came from the same batch
Is it
of
Holland?
recordings.
It's probably in Holland, right?
Right, and they were radio recordings, but they're so well recorded. That is the best one so far, as far as I'm concerned. I don't have the England. I don't have in England. That's the one.
The Bill Evans one was recorded in a studio. I mean, in that big studio in
this one
in Denmark, right?
Yeah, and I'm still. He kind of pushed me away from the Walter Bishop because he said the best thing about it is Harold Vick's playing. He's just on fire. But he says Walter Bishop, you could barely hear his piano.
I don't agree with that.
You don't?
I differ. I think I liked that a lot, actually. I thought Walter Bishop was one of my. I liked it better than the Sonny Stitt. I like the Sonny Stitt too, but I know it's hard to compare because they're different.
Well, he didn't.
Right?
He missed and not gotten the Sonny Stitt.
Who did?
Ken, he didn't talk about.
I don't. I did watch his video. I forgot. I guess.
But you think that? What do you you got 5 of the titles, right?
Yeah. The only one I didn't care for is Shirley Scott. Partly is, I mean, the recording is not great, but I don't mind if it's not great if I love the performance. But it's a Shirley Scott. It's promoted as that, and she's way back down, and the sax is way up, which is great. And then, of course, right after that, I listened to the Eddie Lockjaw Davis and Shirley Scott, a couple of those records. And it's an unfair comparison to do them back to back. But I thought, oh, fuck. If I want to listen to Shirley Scott, I'm not going to go listen to this one again.
But the one I want to get is the Sonny Stitt because I love Sonny Stitt.
Yeah, Sonny Stitt's really good. But I think musically, I just like the other one,
Walter Bishop.
Walter Bishop. But I love Bill Evans is my favorite. I like the Chet Baker, but I like Chet Baker. So and that's later. That's 10 years before he died, or 9 years before he died.
I went and there's a guy who bought for me in the auction over the weekend, Dino. He's a great guy, lives in the Valley, and he has extra boxes that I got from him to mail off stuff. But he told me about a record store in Ventura that gets everything and no one goes there to buy anything.
Oh, that's good.
But Jim and I are planning to drive to Phoenix for Record Store Day. So yeah. Well, he wants to visit stores there because of the record.
Well, I'll send you after Record Store Day. I'll send you the Dolphy. I can't do it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I can't do it before because I don't need both covers.
No. I appreciate that. You're being more than nice.
Yeah. Well,
but
I'll trade it for that plug nickel box.
Yeah. Even though that Dolphy, I think the list for it is 75.
It's not bad.
That's not bad for that.
It's 3 records, so
yeah, it's fair enough.
And I mean, it's the booklet. It's a
nice package.
Yeah, it is.
When they're sending me the stuff, they said, "Do you want the Dolphy too?" I said, "Yeah." I didn't realize it was the same one. And when they asked me, so I just figured,
I mean, it's silly, Roberto, not to go to. No, my plan is, and I'll reach out to Mike, we're going to go the day before and visit a bunch of record stores that Jim wants to, talk to. And then for Record Store Day, go to the In-Groove because, that seems like a cool thing to do. So.
You're going to buy some OJCs from him?
Yeah. I'm gonna go in with a Sharpie I'm gonna go in with a Sharpie and outline a bunch of records and then I'll autograph a few. So
I think he has the white straps on the wall, the ERC, so maybe you could sign it.
Yeah. My goal is to go in there and ask to use the bathroom and him to say no.
You got to shoot video in the store.
No, if I'm driving to Phoenix, first of all, someone might die. And I mean me kill Jim. Because all he does is say, "Hey Siri, play Frank Zappa." And I know after 6 hours of listening to Frank Zappa, someone's dying. Maybe a drifter along the road.
How long is that drive?
No, and I made the mistake of saying that. Now Siri on my iPod is.
How long is that drive from LA?
Not bad. 6 hours.
Only 6 hours?
Yeah, Michael Potry does it all the time.
Oh shit. Okay, that's for me to go to San Francisco, it's 12 hours or something from here.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, stop playing music. Jeez, Wood. I rickrolled myself just there.
That's funny.
Siri, play Miles Davis.
Because my Siri
I
keeps.
don't want the stream being taken down, so I might have to mute Messi.
They couldn't find it. I'm sorry.
No, but you know what you just
Hey
did?
Siri, play Bill Evans.
Hey Siri, give us Mazzy's home address.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
I was playing Bill Callahan, not Bill Evans. It played Bill Callahan. Didn't know the difference.
I just saying, someone's gonna die if.
Hey Siri, what's Rob Siegel's address?
Oh, hey, you know what? I'm tired of you doxing me, Mazzy. Come on, stop.
Which Robert? Why do I have two?
Man, geez whiz. Here's what we're doing now. There you go.
Robert.
You won't hear anything from him for a bit.
Who's that?
Thank you.
I think
You're
Loki has
welcome, all my detractors.
Loki has a Bill Evans record for you. He bought my Bill Evans. One of my. I still didn't look up. I haven't looked up at the sheet. There's a Bill Evans record he bought that's too clicky for him. When I heard he sent me a clip, and it is, so I'm going to refund him or give him something else. But I don't remember which album is it. I don't even remember.
Well, you know it already, Baggy. But hey, Kraft, if you're listening, I have more influence than Mazzy. Send me over the Wigstop box or whatever it's called.
Wigstop? That's the transvestite, or that's the drag queen box set. Wigstop.
No, one album I see a lot when you go out thrifting is the original
Live at Shelley Manhole.
The Watt.
How much was that, Loki? I don't remember. Do you remember how much you paid?
Well, I have it as part of the box.
Well, he bought it, and it's not, you know. I did clean that one, and I did play him here, but like, you know, but my turntable is more forgiving. Probably.
You know, I think I'm going to change the title to the stream when I post it to Loki's Venting Fest.
Well, I would just send Loki. Loki is like not in this country, but he has a local mailing address, so that's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I know a few people that do that. I know Jose does that. He has a local. I'll
take care of you. Apparently, there was there's no, you're not. There was two problems. Again, the other one was with Patrick. It turned out the Led Zeppelin he bought was we advertised as a Pyros because Dr. Bob, I asked him what it was, and he said it was a Pyros, and I didn't double check, and it wasn't a Pyros, so I need to give him some kind of break. But
hey, Mazzy, I picked this album up in the dollar bin. Do you know this album?
I do not.
Caravan.
Is that Caravan, the prog band Caravan?
Yeah.
That's a shitty cover. God.
It's a promo. It was in the dollar bin.
What a shit ass cover that is.
Well, thank you. But this is like in a dollar bin. It's in mint condition. It's crazy. That guy, he'll put Easter eggs all through that store.
There's a box here.
Of Caravan?
Yeah.
When did you get that?
The CD box set. About a year and a half ago.
So tell us about Caravan.
Oh, it's a 70s prog band. There's a very nice book here. It's British. It comes with a great book.
I know you're not venting, Loki, but it's funny.
Yeah.
I should have slipped some surfactant in the box to Loki. Oh, here come the Trumps.
Oh, no.
Mar-a-Lago. You can watch them live in Mar-a-Lago now.
So who would you compare them to, proggy-wise?
Oh, God. And Taylor Green's there. Oh, what a shit show this is.
Oh, God.
It's hard to...
Sorry.
I'm not going to say much about it. The only thing I'm going to say today, April 4, is a date that we should remember for other things, not that.
Well, we're remembering it is the day I introduced the subscription service. It's $3 a month, and I tell you all the records I do not own.
Can I swap for a star credit?
Yeah. Yes, I have a page ripped out of Record Collector News.
Okay. If you autograph, I'll pay double. Okay.
Here's some records that I'm keeping that I just got Friday from the Dizzy collection.
Okay.
This one is really rare. I've never seen it on vinyl. It only came out in Europe. This Van Morrison record.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. It was a double CD, and haven't seen this on vinyl before.
Okay.
I think it goes for like $80 or something.
By the way, I picked up a ton of Van Morrisons. I'm going to sell them as bundles.
There's some great soul stuff on Atlantic. Like he has like multiple copies of Aretha Franklin I'm gonna sell, and
I think you can get that as a Speaker's Corner.
yeah, probably. Yeah. But these are like 70s, nice 70s pressing. I've never seen this record. It's funny. Talk about Ray Charles.
When did that come out?
I don't even know. It's a
I mean,
would
he's
say
doing
60.
the same song, the same Chubby Checker song, right?
Yeah, but it's, he does I Got a Woman on here, but Heartbreaker. I just I don't it looks like a comp because it has What I Say. Interesting. It's funny. It doesn't have the twist, but it tells you how to do the twist to Ray Charles music.
So it's like clickbait with the
Yeah,
record.
exactly. It's total clickbait. But it's I've never seen that record. Has anybody seen this record?
Nope.
No.
I've seen all the Ray Charles covers, and this is cool. Mary Wells, look at this. Michael would like this because he likes everybody who covers Beatles records. Love songs to the Beatles. He loves you. He loves you. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I saw I did see another Beatles cover album recently too.
Of course you did. And then I got this because I like anything Ravi Shankar and Ali Akbar Khan. This is a Fantasy 73 reissue. So anyway, those are just a few. Oh, and this is a guilty pleasure, but I love this. You're going to laugh at me, but this is fucking great. I swear this is great.
Listen, his Christmas album is a good album.
It's
Other
totally
than
great.
that,
But Pennies from Heaven this is fucking amazing, and it's mono. It's not reprocessed shit, so it's great. So
Nice.
now let's give you pre-advertising. This weekend, you're doing the next Dizzy auction, right?
noon Saturday.
There's
There's gonna be jazz, a lot of San Francisco psychedelic 60s stuff, some soul 60s soul stuff, and some jazz. Noon
Nice.
West Coast time.
12 noon Pacific.
That's West Coast, yes, Rob.
Yeah. Hey.
Can you shrink me down again? Can you just make us all even?
Well, okay. Hey, John Marino. Yeah, I've used the coupon like 3 times too.
Ali Akbar Khan is so great, man. I think he grew up in San Francisco. Actually.
Yes.
I used to see him play at San Francisco State. Blues.
I do have an Ali Akbar Khan record that
There might be some. Yeah, I think there is some blues. I think so. I'm still kind of organizing it. I've been sick the last few days, so.
Will you do any kind of preview?
Yeah, I'll do I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do a preview.
Yeah, I'm interested in the jazz ones you're selling.
Yeah.
Any sealed records? No.
Well, there's actually a Grateful Dead Anthem of the Sun sealed, the nice price, so 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Is that 80s? Nice price is 80s.
Well, they went from the late 70s into the 80s. Could be the 80s, right? Yeah, but it's a sealed. Grateful Dead people. That is. There's like 3 copies of Europe 72, and one is a greenie. Green Warner Brothers. I bet you that sounds good. I haven't listened to them. Just but there's like Quicksilver, there's early Steve Miller, there's I think 1 or 2 Country Joe and the Fish, all that San Francisco psychedelic, Jefferson Airplane, Grateful Dead.
Hey, and also I want to give Bob a shout out. If you haven't seen Bob Bradley's what I would call his devil's advocate about Record Store Day, watch it. It's good.
Damn it, Cindy. People need to make appointments. I should do special appointments, like live little.
Can you reschedule?
Private show. I can't reschedule.
I do private showings.
I bet you do.
No, of the records I have, people ask to look at them. I still haven't. The collection that I got, a majority of it I have not sold. I have to clean and listen to it.
I would do more, but right now I just don't have the energy. I tell you, I thought I had COVID again, and I didn't. It turned out, but I had this bronchitis or something that is like really beats you down.
Hey, I'll tell you that I went into a record store that had the Blackstone, the Woody Shaw Blackstone Legacy.
Yeah.
They had it for $150, which is cheap for that album.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went in the next time, and the guy goes, "Oh, I just sold it yesterday."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those things you can't sleep on.
No,
There is
but
that Japanese. What's the one? There's I do have a nice Japanese copy of that Wayne Shorter record, Black and White Face. Wait, not Wayne, not Wayne Shorter. Lee Morgan. I showed it to you the other day, you guys. What was it? I'm like, see, I'm all foggy. Sorry, never mind. Another time.
What was I gonna say?
Okay, what is it?
Is it volume 2? No.
Oh, what's another thing? Oh, Candid said that they're putting out some new title. A Shirley Scott.
okay, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Mezzy should order all the Candy records again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Search for the New Land.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a nice Japanese pressing of that. That goes for like $80 to $100.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same price you can buy 70s Van Gelder, pretty much around $100.
Yeah, remember you were talking about Joanne Brackeen.
Oh yeah, that album.
Candid is releasing Joanne Brackeen. Now it's scheduled for May 16th.
Yeah, let me see that I have it.
It'll arrive in December, being as Candid.
Yeah, I posted this. This is an album you should not sleep on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna highly rate. This is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap album. Oh, Mazzy, what are you doing there? Okay, switch it. This album right here is cheap, and it features prominently Joe Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
Go get this album. I remember I said I had two of her albums that sounded very Bill Evans to me because they were with Eddie Gomez and Monty Morell.
Well, the one that's it's on Amazon now, and they have it for $22.99. It's called Snooze, and I have the CD version of it. It was under a different title, but it has Cecil McBee on bass and Billy Hart on drums.
So when does that come out?
It says May 12th.
I'm gonna pull it up and share the screen.
I'm going to listen offline. I'm getting a little congested again. But nice seeing you guys. Nice chat.
Thanks for coming up, Mazzy. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Remember the auction this Saturday at 12.
I can exchange a prescription for a record. That's fine.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull it.
That's a nice. I need to get this one.
Someone told me you're wrong. She sends nothing like Bill Evans. From what I understand, she writes very complicated stuff, and these are all original songs that are really complicated. Mm-hmm. But she's playing with Joe Henderson, Jack DeJohnette, and Eddie Gomez. They're keeping up with her big time. Mm-hmm. Here, I'm pulling up the record, and I'll share the screen on it. I'm getting used to all this, guys. Bear with me.
I won't even attempt.
Here. So this is on an elusive disc. Yep. Snooze.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's with she's avant-garde with she started in debut with Complicated. She's playing Wayne Shorter, Miles. And on here with her, who's it say she's with on there?
It says there it is.
Cecil Billy Hart. Yeah, I'll get this.
Yeah,
easy. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah, and then who else?
But you could probably go out and get that album.
Yeah.
For nothing. Her albums are really not that expensive.
No. What else is on? And then the Candid's also doing a Kenny Barron. What is it called? Something called Lemuria Seascape. With Ray Drummond and Ben Riley. That's a trio. So it looks like they're trying to do, I don't know if they necessarily more current stuff, but you know.
Yeah, Massey's auction. I'm gonna reach out to Patrick because I have a lot of non-jazz stuff, so I might do one with him.
Mhm.
But again, all that stuff I've been cleaning and listening. I have on that collection, I might have 12 titles that go for $150 or more. So if anyone's interested in looking through those,
Mhm.
some Harold McGee's, I have Bill Evans, a lot of good stuff in there. So,
And there's one more candidate that they're. What's the date on this? It's also supposedly May 12th. It's a Shirley Scott. It's called.
it looks like it's a '70s album.
No, it's
It is?
it's a 80s because those guys. She's got Terrell Stafford on Tim Warfield. When me and Mike went to the Vanguard and saw their big band, Terrell Stafford was on trumpet. And Tim Warfield, I've got a lot of his stuff that's on Crisscross. This is like her last group, and I think you can see this one.
Here it is. I pulled it up. I'm
Yeah.
gonna show it. Oh, Shirley Scott, right here. There it is.
Yeah.
It's a walk-in thing.
Yeah.
So that comes out May 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, but where's the Booker Little? Where is it?
It's never
Come
gonna
on, Candid. Put out the Booker Little before you put out all these other ones. I will say that Cecil Taylor, awesome. Have you listened to it yet, Mike?
Yeah. I've only listened to it once, but that's something I had on CD also. So, but yeah, no, it sounds.
I highly recommend getting that one.
Yeah. And then trying to think, is there anything else coming? The Miles stuff is coming this week.
Hey, Christopher Jones, did you get my email? Let me know. I mean, is it really hard to find those Tito Puente albums?
I don't think so. I see many of those.
Yeah, in good condition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. John, reach out to me privately. I'll let you know. Yeah, you said no, that no one needs those Tito Puentes. Well, you mentioned it. I mean, could you foresee Blue Note? Kraft is good with these boxes they were coming out with.
Right.
But can you foresee Blue Note announcing a box? I know people would want boxes of something.
What would I?
I think you know, if they do like a summer or September, August release, they should be talking about it in May or just like they did before. Not too far, I'd guess.
Oh, Jeffrey Beaumont knows. He knows his shit. May 5th. Okay,
Really?
it better come out May 5th, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn someone's house down. I'm gonna find every craft in the phone book, and
That's funny. Yeah, the craft stuff just shows up. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then
well, I really haven't been hugely disappointed with anything I've gotten from Kraft. So.
no, I mean no. I mean,
other than their inability to understand their customers,
right,
and bad decision making, but the quality of the stuff they're putting out is good.
Yeah, I just can't. It's just it's just so much stuff that you're probably not gonna see because they own so much. They own so many labels. They have the rights to so much music that I mean, all that Muse stuff. When if you can't find it, the originals, you're not. That's not gonna happen.
The music will be cool.
Yeah, that's I. And again, thank goodness most of it is affordable.
Right.
I did not pay attention to an auction on eBay for Barry Onschult's album
Mm-hmm.
with Sam Rivers on Muse. But I mean, again, I have too many records. It's not like I'm going to miss anything.
So,
And it pains me to say too many records. You know how I feel about that.
oh, don't say that. Yes. So Kraft puts some really good stuff. I mean, I don't get only the jazz titles, but this one. Do you have this on, Mike?
No.
The
What is that?
24 karat black Ghetto Misfortunes Wealth.
No.
It's on Kraft. It's hard to find. OGs go for like crazy money, but it's a really good record.
Oh.
So what is it on? That's the
Stax record.
oh, okay.
Came on Enterprise. The same label.
Isaac Hayes.
Yeah, the Black Nasty. That.
Yeah. I listened to that the last week. That's real. I like that.
This is really cool, and it sounds amazing. The mastering they did here, the piano, the voices, just top notch.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Kraft is not very good like releasing, but their pressings are really good.
Yeah, no, they do a great job. I mean, they're like the I mean, they have. I mean, they control, all the
Stax.
Stax, the R&B labels.
Yeah.
It's like,
Hey, oh no. So we have someone who's trying to get into the stream, and I might bring him up, but he is a pain in the ass. Hey, Mike. So real quick, Fantazi, you're putting us in some sort of weird dilemma. You're telling me to stop saying it, but yet you're commenting it, and we go in this whole warp, circular thing. So
don't say yeah.
What's up, guys? What was the topics tonight?
Oh, you missed out. So apparently we found out a jazz title that was available. Felipe said it was mispriced at $20. Everyone in the stream ordered it, and it's sold out now.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Mike, what is the OG Riverside for today?
Well, I have the Nat Adderley that I picked up recently. Much Brass, which wasn't. I mean, I was aware of it, but it wasn't really on my radar. And I picked it up for $20. Super clean, and it's like a classic Riverside sounding record. Mm-hmm. You have like Sam Jones, and his bass is just like front and center. And that for me makes it, but it's it's not as well rehearsed. You could hear that it's not as well rehearsed as like Blue Note. It's like really like a Riverside, like very much a Riverside sounding record. But I love that.
But that's interesting. That's interesting, Mike, because I have a question for you. Okay. Did you use mousse in your hair today?
No, that's just oil or something.
Okay.
So anyway, so what are you guys talking about?
Well, it started off, we did a Mosaic conversation because I showed all the prices that Record Safari, and he said he was having a hard time selling them. And then... Well,
I saw the prices. I mean, not that that's unfair, but I mean, they're going to...
No, his prices were very fair, and he even said to me, like he said people trying to get him to do Whatnot auctions. And he says, like, I have a Dire Straits album I put out on the floor for $10. Someone's selling it for $60 on Whatnot. He goes, I can't. He says, to his credit, I can't rationalize that.
Yeah.
So all those prices were fair. I just feel for a majority of those boxes, you can get a lot of those albums already. The Art Blakey box, you can get those albums.
Well, I ordered the Tina Brooks box, and every album in there is either an MMJ or a Tone Poet.
Yeah, there's only 4 or 5.
Right. So, but if you don't have those, it's a good way to pick them up.
Look, listen, Fantasy. This is my stream.
Sir.
I'm not talking about any. No, I'm talking about Record Safari. But then I showed the records I picked up.
Okay. Anything good?
Yeah, this.
Oh, sweet. That's like my favorite Miles record.
Yeah, this is OJC, but I picked up this Chris had mentioned the soundtrack to Whiplash. This is a special deluxe edition, and this was horribly mispriced.
When you, so have you not had that Walken before? That Miles Walken?
Nope, never had it.
So when you listen to the title track, the theme is fine. Like the theme like sounds very much
Are
of
you
the
going to
time.
ruin my listening
No.
experience of this?
But when Miles comes in on that first solo, it's like next level excellent. It is so good.
What
It is-
version of
he's
this
probably,
do you have?
I have a Bergenfield. So it's probably like it's like a second, third pressing. I don't know, something like that.
Listen,
That record actually isn't that expensive. You know, that record actually went up in price after ERC reissued it.
yeah.
Because I guess it just got some hype because of that. But I think I got mine for like $40, and it's like, you know.
Do you want to know how
Plus-
much? Guess how much I paid for this?
Oh God, $5.
No, 15
Okay,
bucks. I got this for $1.
okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Hey,
How is that $1?
and you know what? It was in the dollar bin, and this is easily VG plus.
That's
And
crazy.
I got this in the dollar bin. This is VG plus plus. This one quite
That's insane.
Yeah. I think when you go there, he Easter eggs records out there at price wise.
I mean, from what I've seen that you've shown, that record store looks like the best record store.
It's the best record store in the.
He puts out stuff like good stuff, dude.
It is not the same. Nick, it's 1988. So 1988 because it's got the barcode on it. It is not the same record store from day to day. That's how much that store changes. And then I got this, which Mike says is okay. I'm interested in listening to it because he had mentioned this Thompson Square label, and I have nothing. And this was a good price.
You know what I was streaming a lot today? Excuse me. The Indian Navigation label. That stuff might just be too far out for me. I could not find the stuff that goes for over $100. I didn't even like sample it, but there's some Cecil McBee stuff, which is pretty cool, but it's still pricey. And then I don't know. I can't remember all the musicians' names, but some of that stuff is like really out. Like that's like an out label. Actually, no. There are some stuff that like there's like vibraphone quartets and stuff like that. Anthony something has a lot of records. I forget his name, but anyway, I was really trying to get something, and I couldn't find anything that really just pulled me in.
Oh.
That's the great idea about streaming, right? You don't have to buy that stuff to find out.
Mike, do you have any recommendations for Indian Navigation? Do you like that label?
I like it a lot. I mean, it just depends on your taste, man. There's a flautist on there, James Newton.
Okay.
That's just.
I saw his stuff. Yeah.
It's just phenomenal. He's
Chico Freeman, easy.
I did. So the Chico Freeman Chico album,
I
which
have
has a cool cover.
Yeah,
But like the first 4 tracks on that are very minimal. Like it's just
it's two. So one is a studio side and the other's a live side. The live side,
like the second side better.
I have the one Chad reissued. I got that at a record safari, and I'm kicking myself because I went to a record store and they had a Chico Freeman Indian Navigation that I wanted for $30, but I was buying like over $100 worth of records. I had to make a decision. So
yeah, there's one where he has like Jack DeJohnette, Cecil McBee, like it's like a killer lineup, and
no, that's the one that I left at.
It has a red cover. I forgot that it's probably like one of the more desirable ones, but even that one, I was like, this is. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for it yet. I have to progress.
His stuff, it's fine. I don't think his stuff is.
No, honestly, I would like all of it. If I could have it, I would. But like making decisions about where I want to spend my dollars, that's really what I'm trying to do. And
the rest of us are willy-nilly.
I was just gonna say I'm trying to get out of the 50s and 60s. I really don't want to spend any more money on 50s and 60s stuff because there's just so much more that I need to get. I'm just trying to find it.
Well, Roberto, go stream some stuff. A lot of his stuff is affordable and good.
Chico Freeman.
Chico Freeman on.
Yeah, his stuff on Indian Navigation, like that one I wanted, was not expensive.
Well, the only reason his stuff on. Excuse me. The only reason a lot of his stuff is expensive is because it's not in the U.S. But there's a lot of Japan titles. They go for $25, $30. You just got to spend that much to get it to you shipping wise.
Right.
But Roberto, go. I mean, I got an OJC of one of his albums from Mazzy, but it's his stuff's very affordable. And what's the name of that group he plays in? It's sort of like his version of the Cookers.
There's a group on Indian Navigation called
Who's
Air.
that? I'm sorry, I was listening to something else. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
What did you say?
There's a band like the Cookers that Chico Freeman's in with a bunch of all stars. I think they were done in the 80s or 90s.
I'm not. I can't recall.
Yeah.
No.
I did. So on Indian Navigation, I did listen to some Air stuff, and one of their albums I thought was pretty cool. The other one I thought was not for me, but not for me right now.
No, which Air did you listen? I love Air.
I listened to two of them. The one I can't remember the name. I think it was actually called. It was Air and then Air something. It had a white cover.
Okay.
That one I liked.
Yeah.
Then there was another one, which had I think it was a red cover, and that one it started off with like chaos, and I was just like, I'm out.
I
You
think,
know,
guys, I'm going to wrap things up.
All right.
Okay.
Just to not go too long. Is there anything anyone wants to say before we close the stream down?
So when I was at a record shop on Saturday, the owner, who's really jazz knowledgeable, mentioned that Mal Waldron put out a bunch of records that were only in Japan. And he was talking about this. I had like no clue about.
I have a lot of them. I have like 5 or 6 of those.
What label is it on?
And they're all different labels, and I think they're all different pressings.
Okay.
But there's a lot of him solo stuff. It's like Mal alone, different name titles alone. But it's great stuff. But I don't know how much different the records are from each other that you need to have all of them.
Okay.
But he was way popular in Japan. That's if you want a Mal Waldron record from the late 60s, 70s, 80s, they're pretty much maybe were only put out in Japan.
Yeah, I think some of the best Mal I heard, besides Mal 2, which is my favorite from those Prestige. The one with Eric Dolphy, the 5 Spots, Volume 1 and 2, and the Booker Little one. That stuff is like crazy good.
Yeah, I need to better. I have to reorganize everything, but I have about 5 or 6 of those Mal albums. I even in that collection, I got an Enya Mal Waldron.
I have an Enya.
The one you should stream that I want to get is a Pure Pleasure double album with just him and Archie Shepp. I think it might have been the last album Mal Waldron did. I could be wrong, but it's really good.
Yeah. No, Mal is just phenomenal. Really, really worth having everything.
And then they're still putting out as part of those OGJC relaunch, right? They're going to put out an album.
Has it been pushed again, or finally going to have?
No, the Miles is coming out May 5th, right, or something like that. Both of them.
I might grab that Air album. I'm going to go listen to it again.
I'm trying to. Let me see which one. Oh gosh, where is it? I might have it.
Mark is saying that Air on Nessa is also excellent.
Yeah. You said it's on a white cover?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It's called Air Song, I think.
I have two Paul Motion albums I got in that collection.
I'm pretty sure it's called Air Song. Let me see. The cover looks like. No, I think the CD actually has a different. I think the CD has a different cover than the original vinyl. The CD has a black cover with red and blue text. Yeah, and the original, I think, on Indian Navigation, it's okay. I mean, I don't want to describe it. It's kind of weird. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wrap things up.
All right.
I think all you people join us Friday on the Jazz Bums.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming in late, Mike.
All right, later.
Thank you, Mike. Notes and tones, Mike. Thank you, Felipe.
See ya.
Wherever you are, Chris, you must be great. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.
All right. Good night.
All right. Have a good night.